Welcome everyone to the continuation of our previous benchmarking live stream, right? If you're into this runtime and build time results there, a previous video or some years ago. And now let's apply that to T2, the optimizations for Pi. Of course, we had already stack smashing protector also, by the way. I think I have some uncommitted random stuff. Yeah, see my working copy. Can never have too many working copies and working copy changes. But the other thing is Ofast'est, so that is simply here. But the bigger thing is adding Ofast'est. I wouldn't make a video about this. It's just one option, right? I wouldn't recommend that. I would just add this for you playing along at home. What I, however, will try to use is smarter. So the crazy. I also need to document this. I start to lose overview myself here. Also O2 is not here. Where is O2 then? Apparently, no idea. Where would we have added that? All right, maybe it is not here because, darn, you know what? We might have an issue because we might have named it fast. Darn, that is a little bit inconvenient. We have a fast name already, which is 03, which probably, I mean, we could map this. Okay, we could map this to faster. I think I have not done that. I'm not sure if I already 15 or 20 years thought this textual mapping of other numeric values. We have done that mostly because we also supported Intel compiler 20 years ago when that was still a thing. But yeah, we should have used here O2 or 2 and 3, and I think at least. But anyway, I don't think I change this now. Optimize for more speed. Yeah. So we have here debug. Did we use? All right. This is probably, yeah, this is kind of sort of. So this is 0, G, 1, 2, 3. No, 1, S, 2, 3. And yeah, I mean, it becomes a little bit silly, but yeah, well, we got to do what we got to do. It's a little bit, I'm not feeling like changing, like changing all of this just to change all of this now for even more speed. So it's a little bit silly, but I mean, come on, aren't all the GCC options a little bit silly? Maybe, yeah. Faster and so smartest. Like, I just needed some. So the way this worked is initially we only had smart, which was OS02. And then I had smarter, which was OS03, like optimizing hot code paths even more. And then there was something with GCC templates, and I think smartly, yeah, smartly is, as far as I remember, which is probably why I need to document this, smart is in between. Obviously, meaning for C++ we optimize O2, 03 instead of OS 03 just because template heavy code just became too slow as far as I remember that. It's getting a little bit off hand, to be honest, but smartest, obviously, for our profile database thing here. Also, I think I want. So this were all tabs, or it should, I thought it, yeah, it is tab. Just like here, I think I either use one space or, yeah, I think I do it like that. It's a little bit non-standard just because it becomes, I mean, yeah, it's just 80 characters. Okay, let's, yeah. Yet I document this like some other day, aka never. Where is even? Do we have fast here? Do we even? Why is here Arch? CPU warped. Maybe we don't even have an option, a help for that. That is possible. Also, or is it? I mean, I could check. Maybe I should check. That is here. Do we have freaking? Yeah, there's no option. No, actually, there's an option. It's so generic. I didn't even realize it was a proper help text. Okay, I do that another day, or someone can submit a patch. But you know what? If you want to help, just share, like, subscribe, Patreon, or send a patch. Because obviously I don't need help. I'm my own manual. Actually, T-shirt. I'm my own manual. I'm my own read the freaking. Who needs a manual if I'm the manual? Well, otherwise I forget this, obviously, for our merchandise. I think I have my own warranty here. It goes a little bit to. Do I not have something with on warranty and manual? We need to go draw some T-shirts sometime soon. So fast, where did I probably in GCC pass options? Fast, oops, there it was already. And then faster. And yes, as I said in the beginning, it's a little bit silly, but that's what it is. I kind of wonder if we want to differentiate the system compiler though, but for now I think we leave it like that. System compiler is a bootstrap, like what you have in your system when you bootstrap T2. For example, if you use T2 on another system to cross-compile some RISC-V toolchain and stuff. So then we have all the where's our profile database? So that is here. Also, I think I need to zoom that a little. Oh darn! What would I? Something like that. I need to check my. Is it still all? Probably, hopefully. Code. So much code that that is here. So here we have that, as I said. OS02, so that's base C and base CXX. Smarter 03. And smartly smart. Actually, I think smart. I think I said this tiny little bit differently. I think smart is. So smartly is a little bit less, I think. Okay, a little bit. Yeah, that comes from YOLOing all the stuff together. So we have here OS02. Oh, wait a second. Is it? Wait, this is smart. Smart baseline. Smarter 03. Smartly is optimized base C. Here, smartly is actually less. So much to that. And yeah, it's getting a little bit out of hand. It's just like, as you've seen the benchmark data, a little bit inconclusive and stuff. So smart test. And then for fast. I mean, theoretically, instead of this craziness, we could have different options for C and C++, or even Rust, Go and stuff. I mean, theoretically, we have not even fully mapped that to Rust and Go even. I mean, we don't have that many Go packages, but Rust could be useful. So yeah, smartest actually, maybe we group that a little bit different for smartest, and actually, or maybe groups this baseline, just like less optimized and more optimized, I would say. I guess that makes somewhat sense. So yeah, and this is also why you need a freaking manual, right? Even I remembered that wrong. Although to be fair, I don't use smartly the most. So smartest, and then I would wonder whether that freaking works. Do I have here actually, by the way, some? I think this. Yeah, let's see if it does work. It will take. So like basically wipe all those x86 builds again. I guess I don't need them anymore. And so building that will take a while. Let's check what we got here. We will not fully build that because it will just take 2.5 hours, and I don't have 2.5 hours today. No, I don't. Generic version 3 LTO smart twist. Also, yeah, have you seen this? Like, we become a professional SDK, obviously. Give it a thumbs up and share, like, and subscribe if you like this set of optimization options. And that is only the baseline, right? Plus all the other craziness, right? Like LTO and stuff. So more debug symbols. And why is tempervis not on? Why did I waste that performance? How did I not realize it? I have no idea why that wasn't on, to be honest. So much too randomly. Maybe I randomly tried around. Who knows what I did there. Which is also protobio otherwise. Also, yeah, this is new stuff. I, by the way, I said 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I said maybe grouping that a little bit better would be good. And then I realized I can't actually group this better because of the directory inclusion order, right? So first we need the generic system. The only thing is maybe I should move kernel up. Theoretically, maybe kernel is like the most important, or yeah, I don't know. Also, yeah, I wanted to change, what was it? All right, the bootloader. The other day I said also bootloader would be better here, but I can't also do that because this is the bootloader stuff is part of the architecture stuff, right? So I can't like freely move it in the set of config, and I think it also makes no sense to waste time and energy and development efforts into changing the config stuff just to move some option around. That is silly. It's what it is. So because it's architecture related, it is here for the time being. It's like, yeah. Yeah, so smartest. Let's see if that freaking works. TM. And oh wait, did I by the way further cleaned up the status output there. Yeah, it looks alright. In case you were wondering, so it's a little bit even, and also NoTech changed some warning option back to yellow for a little bit better grouping. So yeah, Mesa, this is Longson, of course, otherwise Mesa builds, this is just 25 architectures. Do I remember what implicit declaration of LVM constitutive did you mean? So, this actually might be, this might actually not be LongArch's fault. This is because I tested here with a, yeah, so much to basing everything of LLVM. I had to build with the release candidate, LLVM 15, I think, release candidate 1 or so, because that added LongArch support, and probably that broke Mesa. Also recurrent criticism of, yeah, if we base everything off of LVM or GCC and that breaks stuff, then everything breaks, right? Tanya says, Linus told here, stop saying bad things about Linux, yeah. But your username, I think to legitimately pretend to be Linus Tolls, you need to change your username. Was muss jemand studieren, um Kernel Developer zu werden? Nothing. Du musst überhaupt nichts studieren. You don't need to study anything. Lots of people just teach it. So you only need to learn that you at home. They also usually they don't really teach much like kernel programming at universities. And you might. I mean, sure, there's some system architecture, but like you could like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates not finish university or not even start there. It can help, but not necessarily. You just need to be good at that. But yeah, I probably should make a dedicated video. So many people from university actually not very good. Also some because simply they just study it. I don't want to play that down stuff, but I probably should make a dedicated video. Obviously, everyone knows how hard it is to find good programmers, and every big company from Apple to Google, everything is crying about that, of course. And all of them are saying code in school and stuff and more, which I would also say it's not the right thing. In my opinion, it doesn't make like code at school like optional stuff, like some second languages, like learn German or French and stuff. Not everyone is talented, and I would also not have wanted to learn another language. So I think this stuff should be optional. And if someone, I think actually I would go as far as there should be more optional things in school. It makes no sense to torture students or kids with totally boring stuff that they hate. There should be some common sense. I'm not saying to abandon all school, but in my opinion, it should be more also no BINU tools release. Apparently, the data update BINU tools. I'm only saying this should be more flexible, and also not everyone, like, it makes no sense if someone is totally in art and like totally talented in drawing and stuff, or any other stuff like yeah, it makes no sense to. I mean, so many people hate math, and I would say actually math is pretty important. So there should be quite some. I'm not saying people who don't like math should not learn math. There should be obviously some common sense, and even if you just draw or do woodwork, you still need some math. And actually, so many people later, I mean, obviously I was good in math, but so many people I see later I met in life said actually they only later realized how important math and stuff is. But so there should be some. Also, by the way, there should be some common balance. I'm only saying it makes no sense that everyone codes if they're not even into that and so on. I just had done that, now can already delete that. But here, just learn this stuff, and if you're not good at, if you want to learn that and you're not good at learning that yourself at home, I was, but maybe not all, then obviously university is a good way to learn that. But obviously university is also more than just, I mean, there is not like kernel programming, right? There is 95% other stuff or so, and which is also a good thing, but that is all for another video. But where is even the, all right, I think, is that already in treat machine specifically keep? I probably need to document better. I need to be even better. I always think I do commit messages already good, and then when I read them myself, I realize that could be even better. Darn. Yeah, so many T2, so raw, vanilla upstream Linux in the meantime, not anymore because everything is so broken. That, man, how many freaking not applying patches could we possibly have? Musel x32. Yeah, I mean, I will see at the next full build what we... Okay, that is actually quite a thing here. I think that one failed, right? I wonder, did data update that? How did data update that when all the patches do not apply? I'm not sure how that happened. Probably need to debug data. So much to having your own AI bot when, yeah. Okay, so long arch doesn't make the most sense today. The next release, major release of T2, we just had one, which was one of the most amazing, obviously. And until we release the next release, I will have this interim release, which probably we also want to revert LVM and Cling. So this patch we don't need anymore, and so until the next time, the Mesa people will of course have fixed their stuff. whatever. Why did this not? Oh, best with T, but maybe that is a keyboard. And Clang, I had this only for... But yeah, it's of course a good thing to pre-test that. If you shellac subscribe, you could certainly do that more often. I did this off camera just to get this long arch stuff compiling a little bit. Yeah, so the big question is also how much broken will PowerPC be again. Recurring theme writes the only constant is change and regressions. And with that, so that should use... I wonder how many regressions this will have. But the good thing is we only optimize Ofast's very hottest files, so that should also limit the amount of regressions. This gets us to bare minimum. So maybe flag packages no fast. What else did we had? The only question is, should we do Ofast'est with the Linux kernel? That sounds a little bit dangerous to me, given no reorder, like load store reorder, whatever stuff they actually could. So somehow I have broken my man pages here on this horizon for some reason. I wonder if we really should Ofast'est the Linux kernel, which sounds a little bit dangerous to me. Maybe we should not do that. I don't really feel that lucky to hunt that. So, what do we have here? KCC, hot opt, and so base OS. Actually, why do we always... All right, this is... Yeah. Maybe we should have here like kopt stuff. I mean, we could have like kopt equals opt and then actually, yeah, and then nothing. And then, so save kopt here to the fastest until there, and then smartest like regular user code Ofast and kopt there. That certainly sounds like a way safer plan. So, yeah, what I could put on the to-do, like, yeah, if I just had more Patreon and YouTube membership, there is so much amazing stuff we could do, including benchmarking, more benchmarking, which obviously shellac and subscribe and stuff for me to have more time to make a proper video, like a 10-minute summary of just for the more main channel there. Otherwise, really investigate clear Linux optimization hacks. Do I have this here otherwise? Not, because at times they are of course pretty optimized. I wonder if how much is just x86 version 3 or so. But yeah, theoretically I would need to benchmark that and ideally also bare metal, which is obviously a little bit annoying of setting that up and like more time consuming than virtualization. Because otherwise if we benchmark in virtualization, there's always so much virtualization can interfere with, and then it's like you might have significant performance changes just for some virtualization improved kernel or not, or other virtualization marginalities. It's like, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, leave this stuff building, and then We could change, I think I will probably try and see what breaks, because performance. So not so build. Also, one thing is the next build probably will include long arch 64, because obviously, and then smart. We optimized smart, and I guess we will optimize smarter then, smartest. Except Spark, where that somehow, do we have also smartly somewhere? Yeah, so smartly apparently I added also for GCC. So actually we use this a bit where GCC itself otherwise crashes because optimization. Anyway, yeah, we let this compile. Actually, we could have, we could commit some more stuff though. Like this xdmox hotfix. And what else do we have here? What's cargo? Yeah, I need to think what I want to do there. Yeah, future version, it might not be worth to commit this, because future version of Rust will have long arch support. This is just also temporarily. This is why sometimes I have like 50 or 100 changes in my working copy, because it's like local quirk for not really for other people playing along at home, and also not important enough for it will soon work. So yeah, why commit it then, right? All right, this is a more interesting change here. This is actually all of libFFE is a rather important package, and without that you can not build quite some stuff. Or maybe more readable. Is that imported without? What else do we have there? Bin util, actually not that much. Actually we need that here, this that we obviously need. The only other thing theoretically would be multilib build, maybe long arch. Theoretically we could even test that. Obviously we still want China to use T2, obviously, right? Imagine all those developers contributing to T2. There goes that, and then we probably could enable this here, and so theoretically maybe sort it also. Actually, wait a second, this is, nah, what a mess. Long arch 64 and see if that builds. I don't know. Very theoretically, we could also add here long arch without 64. Although maybe that is not the biggest point. If you need that in China, share, like, and subscribe, and send a patch and stuff. Multilib, how did we usually do that? Was it in multilib here, like maybe that one? And because we anyway had some strange hard-coded lib64 thing, So yeah, you know what, let's not delete that, let's move that. And bootstrap that too and see if there's multi-lib builds with glibc. Actually, do we have a... Maybe we, yeah, whatever is needed there for glibc. So yeah, that is it as usual for this video. I hope you liked it and learned something. More optimized, fastest T2 and stack smashing protector and variable auto initialization stuff coming to you. Why do you use a Spark machine? Isn't Spark pretty much dead architecture? Why not? Nice historic stuff. I mean, back in the day it was not that dead, right? I have the stuff, I like to keep that stuff working. As you see, even for an unsuccessful few-man Linux distribution, it's nearly zero extra efforts, like nearly zero effort. I like those machines. I will actually go crazier. I will probably start to more often use those. I mean, on a daily basis, like for secure shell and like testing this stuff more. Even probably make even more dedicated videos. I will also now that I'm somewhat done with T2 and soon move to my microkernel, make more AAA videos on the more main channel, like showing those machines. I have not yet even made a proper video of the Sunblade 1000. So there will be more like retrospective videos coming to the moment channel. It is true that nowadays RISC-V, for example, makes more sense, but they are nice machines. They're very nice high-end machines. I also, yeah, as I said, back in the day when I got my first Spark machine, they were still relatively high, or they were high-end. I mean, there are still quite nice machines, right? If you get your hands on an Last Sun Niagara Folds T3, T4, they're actually not that shabby. Yeah. Spark, I mean, certainly the US, no, I think, I wouldn't say China uses more Spark. I think that is not. Sun and then Oracle obviously was pretty big in high-end computing, right? So Sun Spark was massively used in the US, US and Europe, finance institutes, supercomputer, other big iron and big mission critical stuff, probably even space agency and stuff. Spark was big, really big, as big as SGI and Hewlett-Packard precision architecture. Yeah, I like to keep the stuff working. Why not? I could use it as a daily driver. Sure, browsing the web is not the most snappy, but with cloud computing, you could actually still use them somewhat, except only energy use doesn't make it the most energy use, and heat output doesn't make it the most viable. For that, certainly RISC-V, right? Recurring do I have the RISC for that, obviously, the latest and greatest RISC-V stuff, right? Previous video, which is also not yet the fastest epic thread ripping, but yeah. What I probably do, I have my ULX3S here, maybe not. What I also will do now that T2 is such an amazing shape, where do I have my second? Where do I have my second RISC? Ah, here, probably. I think I have it here. What I will do soon is this ESP32, was it C3? Which is a damn, I think $5 microprocessor. Yeah, C3, ESP C3. RISC-V, how much was it? 200 megahertz or so? Yeah, not really Linux capable, but hey, maybe microkernel, MMU-less microkernel. Of course, it comes with, I'm not a fan of this Arduino-like IDE toolchain stuff, but anyway, there will be, now that we got in 3 years live on YouTube, got T2 in amazing shape and under control, it's time for fun projects again. share, like, and subscribe. And then also ULX3S, right? I still need to fulfill my dream and have my own kind of sorta, my own aka others open source course on the RISC-V, 32-bit RISC-V. My own Linux there on that, also for another day. Daniel, I mean, back in the day, cost to performance ratio of Sun, sure, the Sun stuff was expensive. I guess for mission critical stuff, it was worth it. Nowadays, the cost often is cheap, right? Nowadays, but even then, sure, a Raspberry Pi is cheaper if you can get it than a used Sun. But I mean, if you want to learn, I mean, it could still be useful for people who want to learn data center stuff. So getting like $100 or $200 relatively recent Sun server on used there on some auction site on the internet might still worth it if you want some like more mission critical, like also with remote management, advanced lights off stuff, virtualization and like not x86. If you just want to learn more stuff and get like more experience maintaining that for your, if you're young and you want to get into that, it might still make sense, right? Certainly not collecting everything. Probably collecting an Amiga and stuff is more fun for games, but for IT people, I wouldn't say it's worthless. Although getting the Sun stuff, I mean, if you want to get some stuff, maybe now is a better time than later, because somehow the cost of this vintage and retro stuff is usually only rising every year. Anyway, that's it for this video. These features will be, by the way, I should have, I think I committed that already. I should always commit early and often. What else do we have? This is just some style. Yeah, that is the only thing. I will commit this changes here tonight when it's a little bit more tested. AKA if it passed my own tiny little smoke test. And maybe we should also benchmark our own system here also against other of the 1900 less successful Linux distributions like Intel Clear Linux, just to get a performance perspective and check where we are with our default builds and what we could try further to tune and patch and stuff. Anyway, and also I will release this ISO, right? I just renamed it again with Binute and stuff, also with Fast. I will release this interim beta ISO for, it's also x86-64- version 3 or so. Real high performance, especially Ofast. Interim step for you playing along at home and just testing what will the next big release in October. So anyway, that's it for now. I have to rush. Hope you learned something and see you next time.